If you've spent any time on YouTube lately, you'll probably have heard about ExpressVPN. This service promises to keep your online activities private, but costs a fair bit more than its competitors. So what does ExpressVPN offer that other services don't, and most importantly, is it worth the price? VPNs can help you in all kinds of ways, from protecting against man-in-the-middle attacks to letting you stream your favourite shows while travelling abroad. Not to mention, their encryption both stops anyone from seeing what you get up to online and allows you to freely access the internet, even in places with strict digital censorship. Although this level of versatility is great for the user, it makes shopping for a VPN a little more challenging. After all, for a service to be suitable for any day-to-day task, it has to excel in multiple areas. That's why we've broken down our review into 5 main categories: speed, streaming support, security and privacy, torrenting, and customer service. First off, let's answer one of the biggest questions people ask: is ExpressVPN fast? We're all very familiar with the struggles of a slow internet connection. Pages take forever to load, videos buffer endlessly, and online games disconnect without warning. The problem is that every VPN will reduce your speeds to some extent. This is because encrypting your data and sending it through a server in another part of the world takes time. Still, you can maximize your speeds and streamline your experience by choosing a VPN that has as small an impact as possible. ExpressVPN has always offered decent speeds, but recently took things to the next level with the release of its super-fast Lightway protocol. We ran a series of tests using servers in North America, Europe, and Asia, and found that ExpressVPN delivered fast enough speeds for flawless video calling, torrenting, and even 4K streaming. While this might not be the fastest VPN around, it's quick enough for most tasks, which is why we're giving ExpressVPN a 9 out of 10 for speed. We should mention that these tests were run on a 5 GB per second connection, and that your top speeds will always be determined by how fast your base connection is. All the same, unless you usually get well over 100 megabytes per second, it's unlikely you'll notice much of a difference. Speaking of making a difference, if you like this kind of content, please do let us know by clicking the like button below and leaving a comment. With that out of the way, let's move on to our second category. If you're planning that next holiday abroad, it's a good idea to install a VPN first. That's because most streaming services are geographically restricted. In simple terms, they either won't work in other countries or will have different titles available depending on where you are in the world. Since most of these platforms rely on your IP address to find your location, you can just connect to a VPN server in your home country to regain access to your favorite content as you travel, at least in theory. The reality is that major streaming services have gotten very good at detecting VPN users, and as a result, most VPNs simply won't work. So how did ExpressVPN perform? In a word, fantastically. We were able to securely access several different versions of Netflix, as well as a host of other streaming sites, including Disney+, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, ITV Hub, and Peacock. While this app doesn't label its streaming servers, we usually didn't have to try too hard to find one that worked. If you're really struggling, you can always ask customer support about which server to use, but more on that later. ExpressVPN also offers a smart DNS server called Media Streamer. This doesn't encrypt your traffic or offer any real privacy benefit, but it does let you access US-only services on devices that don't normally support VPNs, like games consoles and smart TVs. Given the number of platforms ExpressVPN works with and how easy it is to use, it handily scores 10 out of 10 in this category. Now, let's talk about torrenting. There are a couple of reasons you might want to use a VPN when downloading large files. First off, anonymity. Because every user seeding or downloading a file is technically connected, everyone's IP address is out in the open. Second, we've seen a fair few ISPs reduce user speeds the moment they start torrenting, which doesn't exactly strike us as fair. Finding a suitable VPN for the job can be tricky though, with some VPNs banning torrenting outright and others only allowing it on specific servers. The good news is that ExpressVPN has no such restrictions. You can sign in, connect to the fastest available server in more than 90 locations, and start torrenting with no fuss whatsoever. There is one slight catch. Port forwarding is only available if you install ExpressVPN directly on your router. Thanks to this service's custom firmware, this is easier than you might expect, but we'd have preferred to see the option included in the desktop apps too. All in all though, ExpressVPN is great for torrenting, so we've given it a 9 out of 10. One of the main selling points of a VPN is that it can help keep you safe online. ExpressVPN has plenty to offer when it comes to security, so let's dive right in. This VPN uses 256-bit AES encryption with perfect forward secrecy and 4906-bit DHE RSA keys. This is all a bit technical, but essentially you're looking at the gold standard. This level of encryption cannot currently be cracked and is more than secure enough for the average user. Some VPNs have problems with packets of data leaking outside of the encrypted tunnel. However, during our testing, ExpressVPN proved remarkably leak-proof with no DNS, IPv6 or WebRTC leaks at all, even when the connection was suddenly lost. This is likely because of the built-in kill switch that it calls network log, which stops sending data the moment your connection to the VPN drops. As we mentioned earlier, ExpressVPN has its own custom protocol, Lightway. As this is open source, it's easier for security experts to audit, but that's not the only advantage. Lightway also keeps your traffic secure while switching from mobile data to Wi-Fi, which is an unusual but very welcome feature. It works particularly well when combined with ExpressVPN's automatic Wi-Fi protection, which connects the VPN automatically anytime you use an untrusted network. With top-tier encryption standards and a wide range of privacy-first tools built in, we'd be hard-pressed to give ExpressVPN anything lower than a 10 in this category. Hopefully you'll never need it, but if something goes wrong, a first-rate customer support team can make all the difference. ExpressVPN allows you to get in touch immediately using its 24/7 live chat service, and staff will answer basic questions even if you're not a subscriber. We've used this many times over the years and almost always received a response in seconds. There's also a dedicated support section on ExpressVPN's website where you can search for solutions to the most common problems. There's also a good selection of video guides, which is great if you're more of a visual learner. Users can always submit a ticket or fire over an email if they have a more complex issue they would like addressed. In most cases, you'll get an answer within 24 hours. Once again, ExpressVPN exceeds expectations and earns itself a 10 out of 10 on customer service. As you might expect, from its near-perfect score, we're pretty impressed with ExpressVPN. It's a fast, versatile and user-friendly service that works with a huge range of streaming platforms, including Netflix and Disney+. Not only that, but it has a clear commitment to security and doesn't compromise on speed either. If you're willing to pay a little more for a VPN that just works, ExpressVPN might be worth trying out. Thanks for watching. For more, check out our channel, and if there's a specific type of video you would like to see, let us know in the comments. My name's Colin, and I'll see you next time for more in-depth reviews.